touchdowns by earning them, B. By the age of 6, I was caught in the mix of murder, suicide, and private security. The fury beat inside of me. Because when Popo came to my house and said my father was dead, my pop lost control, my mom went numb. My sister cried on my television when I was young. But it still gets deeper like an Oprah show. So you might need a Kleenex for the whole scenario. The story, it's more like a screenplay with good and bad character, pain and tragedy. The funny thing is all real and it's my life story. My life story. Walk in my life is in some serious shoes, and you don't understand the man until you know his. Shout out, preacher man. Overcome it, whatever comes my way. Handle every day. Well, cause sunny days start to appear, cause moms got me married mostly out of loneliness and fear. The next thing you know, from summer, we was up out of here, going to Martha's Vineyard with my stepfather's fam. I can't explain it, but it was the best thing ever, man. But my sis ain't like it, and neither did my dad's fam. His younger brother just lost it, man. Being pushed out of his big brother's biz just made him go loco and just lose his wig. Or should I say that he went Looney Tunes? And come to think about it, it must have been in June. But guess what? Life's aggression was another sad lesson. Before I turned 8, you know it was on my plate. My uncle one day decided on gunplay, shot my mom in the head, and he still got away. But this ain't the end of my life story. Walking my life is in some serious shoes. Oh, it's some serious shoes walking in my life. Pushing through and overcoming whatever comes my way. And that don't give you no more than you can handle every day. This is the final verse. You think my mother's in a hearse? Hell no. Let me tell you something, yo. She got up with her brain just oozing out. She drove 9 blocks in the car and she was cruising out. The doc saved her life, predicted her to be a vegetable. She taught for 20 more years, and now she's still up in the kitchen, just making some crazy ill vegetables. So now I ask God, please tell me why me? But then I realize my life ain't supposed to be easy, so I thank the Lord for family, friends, music, and TV. Now what, not son? You won't believe me. At the age of 10, the doc said I had an eye disease. He said it's RP, and listen to me. By the age of 23, son, you might not be able to see. Wow, totally blind, but I just wrote this rhyme, so I know God's divine, and I go for mine. I'm a hell of a fighter, great actor, and a rapper, and a talented writer, and a good caregiver, because my mom survived breast cancer in 95. So I got on TV to keep a smile alive, and I love to strive, but my heart hit the floor in the summer of 04 when my aunt just died, and my mom got brain cancer. Then I felt like Satan was my private dancer, and my mom's getting better, and she's cancer-free. So I'm pushing through my journey and walking on my destiny. And this right here is my life story. Walking my life. Woo! Yeah, man. I had to play the whole joint. It's your boy, Eric Taylor, a.k.a. E-Complete. That was Walking My Life from my first album, Hip Hop Forever, a true classic. Yes, you can go check it out on Apple Music. Your boy. Yeah, featuring my boy, Preacher Man. That brother can sing. Woo! I miss you, Preacher Man. Gotta see if I can get in touch with you. Shout out to Fred Ones, who produced the track. What's up, good people? It's Knowledge is Love. I'm getting in and out, but I had to come on. I'm trying to, get back to doing twice a week. I'm crazy busy. I'm working on birth chart after birth chart after birth chart, being of service to the collective and humanity. This is episode 129. My mind is divine. Honoring my mother, Cheryl Taylor, RIP, and happy birthday, Mom. My mother would have turned 82 years old today. So I figured, before the Knicks game comes on, got to honor my mom, the New York Knicks. I'll be watching that, so we can't stay on long. The Truth is here. Say what's up, Truth.
Hi.
There he is. And, so my mom and dad had season tickets to the New York Knicks. And they knew everybody. I was the kid in the garden. I was there before Spike Lee. I am a true New York Knicks fan. My father had season tickets from the old Garden when it was over by the Jacob Javits Center. And, my mom is the 0 degree Taurus. And, she's on that cusp of power. All my manpower for $4 an hour. Hopefully you guys are watching that video. Hey, what's up to y'all in the chat? I'm going to get to y'all soon.
It might not be crowded, tonight. I just came on a whim because I was just like so busy working with clients all week. But I was just like, and I hope you guys enjoyed my show for the total solar hybrid eclipse with Sarah Ashley. That was awesome. I got more guests coming in the works. I'm going to hook up again with Elena, Searchlight Tarot. I'm going to bring back Miss Angela Rose. I'm trying to connect with another astrologer, trying to get a brother man on here, so things are rocking and rolling. God is good. I hope you guys are doing well with all this energy. It's intense. Mars in Cancer. I didn't get to check the astro weather, but the moon is wrapping up in Taurus, and we'll head to Gemini tomorrow from Saturday to Monday. You guys should be making sure you track the moon in your birth chart. Jupiter is coming to bring us some blessings. May 17th in Taurus. We need it. Things are kind of hectic right now. Things have been kind of wild. But you got to create the timeline you want. You have to be intentional. Remember I say, like, be hokey, maniacal, intentional about your words and positive affirmations and everything, We're honor your ancestors. We're honoring my mother tonight with the boys and, having a little celebration and just, when this guy came from the hospital, oh my gosh, she was like, he is the most beautifulest. She was like Keith Murray, the most beautifulest thing in the world. She was like, he is the most beautifulest thing I've ever seen in my life. Her grandson, my firstborn, Truth. She was just like, oh my God, so smitten. And she used to watch him do all types of stuff, but they used to get into beef because, after he was born, the dementia started. My mother, survivor of breast and brain cancers. Maybe you heard in the lyrics in the song, breast cancer in 95, brain cancer in 2004. So I took care of my mother really over 17 years before she passed on September 21st, 2021, while I was sleeping in a coma, right? And then wake up to October 13th. 40 days, September 6th, October 13th. Your boy was out. But thank God every day with much gratitude that I'm here. But, my mother literally, you talk about the cusp of power, the Aries-Taurus cusp, she's April 21st. So some years, and this is a perfect example, a teaching lesson. The cusp is a 5-day orb, but some years this year from the 18th to the 22nd. So if my mom was alive, her solar return would have been, and this can happen for you guys. It can be the day you were born for her, the 21st, but this year was on the 20th, right? Columbine, Hitler's birthday. So the cusp of power people, you got Shamar Moore. We got William Shakespeare, Ashley Judd, Cheryl Taylor, Adolf Hitler, Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode. These people, it's Aries, the cardinal fire sign, the I am energy, ruled by Mars, mixed with the fixed earth sign, Taurus, ruled by Venus. This is the I am, the baby, and the toddler. But these people are, think of it, it's explosive. Mars and Venus, they're intense. They can be very spiritual, very sexual. They're leaders, they're motivators, they know how to like go hard and make the money, and then they know how to spend it. Like the cusp of power, they can just regenerate. So like my mother was shot in the head, point blank range, left for dead. She got up, drove in her car like 9 blocks, parked it, and then went into like my father's store and then dropped. And, at the time my father was already murdered. So my stepfather took her to Columbia Presbyterian, and the doctor got kind of famous for saving her life. He put like a mesh screen in her head. This is 1977. Nobody was surviving gunshot wounds to the head. Cheryl Taylor did. Okay. That's the cusp of power. So all of y'all down with the cusp of power are born 0 degree Taurus, like April 21st or whatever. You have no idea of who you are and how strong you are. This cusp is like resilient. My mother had 20 lives, survived breast cancer, getting shot in the head, brain cancer, falling down a flight of stairs, fracturing her collarbone, falling on the floor, banging her head, surviving a UTI. Yeah. I miss you, Ma. I love you, and happy birthday. She was something else. So we'll get to the chat. Any questions or comments about the cusp of power? It's one of these energies, you guys, that, I mean, think of, if you know football, Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, like that dude, man, you couldn't even tackle him. He was like, literally the earthquake, the beast quake. And he was in the playoffs, and like somebody tried to tackle him and he like mushed him down to the ground. Like that's eating his Skittles. that's that's the cusp of power. It's really a fantastic energy, and I marvel at these people, because remember, Aries, they are accident prone. Oh my God, I remember my mother's best friend. I got to give her a call. She she told me my mother like ran into like a glass door or something. And she would take dance class and she would always fall. And I remember my mom would fall and cut her knee. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? Like, she was just cusp of power. Y'all could be accident prone, but they have nice speaking voices. My mother's Mercury was an Aries, but cusp of power, y'all love to curse. Especially if your Mercury is in Aries. I mean, I've done so many chart readings with people, and pretty much everybody that has their Mercury in Aries, it's a very direct energy, but they can be the sweetest, most mild-mannered people, but they love to curse. And my mother was like that. She was born and raised in Harlem, but because my grandfather was from Bahamas and West Indian, she had this Southern manner about her. Manners were drilled in her. She could only get A's on her report card, and it was like she was like so sweet and would call you darling and honey and sugar, and all my friends loved her. But when my mom got to woofing and cursing, she would rip you up. God. So with this one, back to what I was saying when he was born, but when he was little, my mom, so little boys, he's like 2, 3 years old. Sometimes he might do certain things, but it would get her upset or irritate her. And then she like would hit him. And he's crying. And I had to like get on my mom. I said, you need to stop hitting my baby, my son. I was like, he's a baby. She's like, oh, no, he's not. You probably don't remember Grandma did that. She was like, no, he's not. And she used to scare my oldest son, my stepson. She loved him to death. That was her movie buddy, my son Elijah. And he'd like come out of the bathroom. She'd be like, what are you doing? And he'd be like, she was like a prison guard. Oh, she was tough, man. She was really tough. But, speaking about the astrology, she had the crazy stellium in Taurus. So I think it was Mercury was in Aries, but it was the Sun, Venus, Uranus, Jupiter. May have been Mars too. No, not Mars. Mars was in Aquarius. And she had ankle surgery. My mother broke her ankle. So Mars at Aquarius, that can happen. You can literally break your ankle, have ankle surgery. As the Pisces rising, I was in her 12th house. So to show you how that can work. It's really fascinating. I love, kind of teaching through the astrology and sharing some of the placements and stuff. And, my mom was, definitely that strong Taurus the bull energy. My father was an Aries, and I know growing up that I was a Virgo. My sister was a Libra. Mom was the Taurus. Dad was an Aries. But as I got older, I realized she was on the cusp of power. Okay, and it makes a lot of sense. If you ever met Cheryl Taylor, you knew my mother. She didn't play. All right, so what we got here in the chat? Just one comment. We got one.
Yeah. So Abraham Robinson, what's up, bro? Glad to see you on today.
Yeah,
and
Abraham.
Then Shelly said hi.
Hey, Shelly. Hope you guys are doing well. Do you guys know anybody with this cusp of power, or do you know anybody with this energy? You guys, both of you guys are both amazing. You would have loved my mom. She was funny. Oh my God. Even in the wheelchair with dementia, she would just let the grandkids know every once in a while. She'd be like, pop! She'd swing on them. Like, yo, mom was just, right? You had told the story about grandma when you guys were trying to steal, I think, pencils or.
No, we were taking away the newspapers because she was ripping them off.
Oh, my mother, this is the dementia. She got into this phase where she would never do this, her regular right mind, but she started tearing newspapers and magazines. But then my wife and I realized that she would tear out certain food things that she really wanted to eat. And so we were like, oh, okay. But then it got to she would just tear paper because it was just fun. And the boys, what were you doing? You guys were messing with her, trying to take it? Huh?
What?
You were messing with her and trying to take the paper from her?
Well, yeah, because she kept ripping it.
You were trying to take it from her, and then
she started like cursing at us
and swinging on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
She hit one of the twins. She was like, "Pep out!" She hit him with a 2-piece and a biscuit. So.
Oh, and real quick, Shelby said, "Is 4/24 on the cusp?"
No. It's either the 18th to the 22nd or the 19th to the 23rd. So just so you know, this is how you look at the cusp. It's you'll see on the internet and some astrologers in Google, they'll make it like a 7-day orb. No, it's only 5 days. And I know some astrologers that use only 3 days, 29 degrees, 0 and 1. I do 28, 29, 0, 1, 2. And this is why. Because when you're ingressing into the next sign, that's when you're starting to like complete that sign, but then get the vibration and energies of the next sign. And you can use numerology as the key. 27 degrees is 9. 9 is completion. 28, you're going back to 1. 29 is the final anaretic critical degree. Okay? So the sign is really at completion at 27 degrees. So 28 and 29 begins the cusp because it's starting to ingress to the next energy. Then 0 is the strongest point. So that also made my mom super strong. Anybody born on like this year, it would be the 20th was 0 degrees yesterday. But not most, but often years, the cusp, the Taurus 0 degrees is the 21st, like my mom. And anybody born, anyone born on the Aries 0 degree on March 21st, very powerful. And even, 3 days before or 3 days after. So the cusp really ends at the 2nd degree, which would be the 23rd. When you get to the 3rd degree of any sign, you're in it. Like you're really in it. And, you could even say like you're kind of really in it at the, 0, 1, and 2, but the cusp energy, because even at 0, even 1, 2 degrees, you're still like a baby deer, right? Like the doe, you're like kind of barely like walking good into the sign. So that's why I use the 5-day orb. But I know other astrologers that only use 3-day. I know some people who don't believe in cusp energy. You are either one sign or the other. So you're not both. But what will happen, and this is why I try to teach people to get away from sun sign astrology, if you are 29 degrees or 0 or 1 degrees of a sign, and you were just reading a description of a sun sign, you won't resonate it because you're really on the cusp. So 28, 29, 0, 1, 2 degrees, you may not feel like a true Aries or a true Taurus. Now, link down below is one of my Cusp of Power videos. It's one of my most popular ones. I'm very thankful and gratitude to everybody that watches them because my Cusp videos are like number 1 or 2 up there of all the astrologers. I think my Cusp of Power video, the first one I did 3 years ago, it's got like over close to 10,000 views. It's like 9,000 views. But then I did a second updated version with better camera equipment and stuff. But I focused it more just on like love, sex, and relationships. And those are growing too. And those are pretty much for all of them close to anywhere from 600 to 1,000 views. So, but yeah, I linked it down below. And I recommend for anybody who has this cusp to watch both of them because you have different insight. In the first one of all my cusp videos, I focused on the character traits, love matches, and famous people who, have the cusp, so you could relate to it. But I was a newbie astrologer. I was, whatever, wet behind the ears. But so then that's why I decided to do the second version of each cusp. But then here, as we go to the cusp for my lives, I'm almost doing a third version for each cusp because I find it to be fascinating, but I also like it for the live interaction. If people have questions for the cusp, that I can answer them live and that, really explain that energy, because you're dealing with the Mars and the Venus. You're dealing with the great I am and the toddler. You're dealing with the action, the energy, and then like the smooth Venus, physical earth, the tactile five senses, sensuality, pleasure, beauty, and it's just a fascinating cusp. The cusp of power is really, interesting. All right, we got a couple more comments.
Okay, so Matt Gaming said, "What up, man?
What up, Matt Gaming? Where you been? You gonna come to Coffee Talk tomorrow, Matt Gaming?"
I hope everything is going well. And then Shelly said, "Okay, I guess I can't think of anyone I know on the cusp then." And then
yeah, that's a like a 24th is probably like a 3 degrees Taurus.
Hey there, bud. Say, I knew someone in high school. I've got my little cousin on April 19th. Definitely see it in her. Peace, your mama bear.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, the 19th, that's cuspy. And, they're like 20, probably 28 degrees Aries, and they're tough cookies. That's a cusp that, like, they don't play. Okay. These people, especially the 0-1 degrees Taurus, they love to drive fast and they can be very assertive and aggressive. But what's so funny, this mixture, they're very like, they love entertainment. Like, so here's an example, just like, to teach it, through my mom. And so you get the gist of being the actual 0 degrees Taurus. But my mom loved boxing and sports, and she hit him, knock him out. She loved watching Muhammad Ali, and she met him because my father knew him. And Mike Tyson, she loved boxing. She loved Charles Bronson movies and Claude Van Damme and what's the other guy? Clint Eastwood. She loved, just these vengeance, strong, kick your butt, men. You know what I mean? And she married an Aries, so she was attracted to like a type A, more domineering man anyway, but she herself, my parents were married 16 years before my father was murdered, and like they were like the king and queen of Harlem. They were like something else, they were something. But trailblazers, that's what I think about the cusp of power. People, I mean, they are real, like, trailblazers. They are not afraid to embrace and touch life and push the envelope. That's another character trait of the cusp of power that I find to be really fascinating. Kind of fearless. Although years later, my mom admitted to me that she always wanted to get a tattoo and she never did it. And I said, well, that's the difference between you and me, Ma. I wanted a tattoo, so I got it. And she was just kind of looked at me, But she had a big sensitive side, And my mother, it was so funny. I had a client today who mentioned lavender, and she uses lavender in her business with her clients. And I knew that was like a sign that my mother was communicating through her to me, because my mother loved lavender. And my cousin had texted me and said, I was planting some lavender in my garden and thinking about your mom, because my mom was like, that's the Taurus. She loved flowers and tulips and lavender, and like she loved to decorate things. Christmas, my house was like done up, lights all over the garden, the backyard. Like my mom was like, but my mom, she didn't do it herself. She paid somebody to do it. But she, and she was a pretty decent cook, the Taurus side, but she didn't necessarily like it. But, growing up, she made sure I had my broccoli and spinach. But my mother was famous for her macaroni and cheese. Ooh, she made it crunchy, but she used like 3 or 4 different cheeses. So But you guys, any questions about just the energy that's going on now? Moon being in Taurus. So, we're dealing with Pluto in Aquarius to June 11th, and you're already seeing a lot of the transformations that are just going on in the world. And it will start to dig up the underbelly of the internet, right? Just like it did with Pluto and Capricorn. And we got another cleanup, Pluto Capricorn, from June 11th to January 20th. It's going to come and bring up more Me Too, more destruction of society and governments and regulations and structures. That's what Pluto and Capricorn does. That's why when it ingressed and went into Capricorn in 2008, we had the stock market crash, right? The big real estate stock market crash. Well, you're seeing now a lot of these banks closing that are connected to crypto and technology. We're having all this stuff with the AI stuff, science, technology, different revelations, truth are coming out about how we've been deceived. I'm not going to get into it on here, but about certain things with science. So understand that's what Pluto does. It transforms and transmutes things. It brings up all the pain and trauma that's created by the archetype of the sign. And then it really shows you the power over, power under dynamics, the control, the abuse, the manipulation, the magnetic energy. Pluto is Hades, the underworld, but it's also literally like atomic bombs and explosion. Right? Pluto was discovered, I think, 1930 or 36. That was around the atomic bomb, right? Neptune, when that was discovered in the 1800s, that's when you got the dye for the chemicals for your medicine, big pharma. What does Neptune rule? Chemicals, right? Oil, nitrogen gas, right? Remember that thing on the train in New York City? Jupiter-Neptune conjunction? We got another comment?
No.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
What? No.
So, I just wanted to, come on and talk about this cusp and Mom Dukes real quick. But, you guys can ask me any questions. Oh, and let me announce my Taurus birth chart sale goes until May 20th. So anybody that watches this on a replay or live, or you guys, friends of friends or family that you want to get a birth chart for Taurus season, the live birth chart reading over Zoom is normally $100. It's only $91 for all Taurus sun sign people. And then my big shebang, I'm not doing any more written reports. I just got to finish one or two that I have now. And, now, so what I'll be doing for the big full birth chart, it's going to be the 40 to 50 custom, video summary, which is a mini movie of your life. It's really amazing. That's normally $250. For Taurus season, it's $209. I went extra low for Taurus in honoring my mother. So, that's for the live or the custom video summary. But instead of the written part, you'll get video links of all your placements. And then I'll do an audio chart with it that's going to focus more the transits that are affecting you in your birth chart. So it's actually a little different, but it could wind up even being a little better because I didn't do the transits per se before. So you'll get the audio breaking down the transits of your chart and the 40 to 50 minute custom video summary breaking down the whole birth chart, which is the mini movie of your life. So that will be $250, but for Taurus season, it's $209. So you just email me directly, taylor2coaching@gmail.com. I have my Chiron service, right? That's only $30. Transits are $30. And, remember, I don't know if you, excuse me, guys, remember in March, I announced, drinking that seltzer water. I came up with this 5D service, and it was just for women for International Women's Month. Well, I'm going to, make that into a service for women and men. But instead of it being $90, it's going to go up to $105. But for $105, you get it's the breakdown of define, develop, the 5Ds, define, develop, discipline, dreams, and destiny. And it's looking at 6 planets: Sun, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, and the North Node. But you get a printed, I don't know if it's on hemp paper or something, but it's really cool. a printed paper that you can have and put like up on your wall or by your bed at night for your positive affirmations based on those 6 planets and those 5 Ds. And so, that's why I went from 90 to 105, because ordering that, it's a custom thing for each person, but it's really nice. So this is now open for men and women. I'll make a new graphic for it, or really wifey, she's the graphic queen. I'm not, I suck, but you guys are going to really like it. So it's it's a more nuanced chart just on those 6 planets: Sun, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, North Node. But it's really cool. And then you get these I am statements based on your sun, based on those planets and the houses that they're in and those themes. So you have those for positive affirmations. So 5B, and that'll be open for women and men, 105. It's going to be dope. So I'm excited about that. I'm working on, the website is still tailoredtoyoucoaching.com. And I'll announce when I officially switch it to Bige Astrology, but I'll set it up so that, because I got so many places and material, videos with Tailored to You Coaching, I can't just like eliminate it. But soon I'll make the transition. I'll let you know. And I'm got my web designers working on the new website. It's going to be great. And you'll be able to like book and pay through the website. And I'm going to have my official newsletter, setting up the MailChimp. Things are in the works. I'm moving, but I'm only one person. And, be patient with me. But your boy is, I'm trying to upgrade you. So it's a blessing, let's see what thing we got. But any questions about any current energies?
Hey there, bud said thanks so much for the wisdom.
Who said that?
Hey there, bud.
Oh, hey there, bud. That name is so funny. I like that. Hey there, bud. So you're new. Welcome. Share your sun, moon, and rising with me. What's your big 3? That's what I like to do on my channel. You can share where you live or where you're from or whatever. But for all my new, people, I like for them to share their big 3. And last minute, anybody wants to come to Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric, I'm about to send out the Zoom link. It's $20 for 2 hours. It's tomorrow. I'll be teaching a lesson on the Aries North Node, which begins on July 17th for the next 18 months, and Libra South Node. So we'll be looking at that chart, and I'll explain the energy and how it's going to manifest and break down that chart. And then the second hour for Coffee Talk, and let me know, Matt Gaiman, if you want to come, man. The second hour, we'll be breaking down as a collective, a Coffee Talk member's birth chart. And we'll be reading the chart. I won't say if it's a male or female, but we'll be reading the chart together as a collective. So there'll be like, however many people wind up coming. Right now we got a good group, a bunch of eyes on one person's chart, and we interpret it as a collective. So it's really fun. It's a great place to share and build community, learn about astrology, talk about astrology. We just kind of like geek out on astrology. It's dope. So I'm really proud of it. And, Abraham's a regular. Matt Gaming's been there. It's a fun time. It's a stone groove, baby. But see, this is awesome. I got this amazing crystal, and the amethyst here. And this is really cool. So did you guys watch the last Knowledge is Love? Did you like that with Sarah Ashley? She's really cool. I'm going to be on her channel, and I'll put it in community. But it's Sarah Ashley _astrology on Instagram. Make sure you go and subscribe and follow her. But I'll be on her channel, I think 8 p.m. Eastern on May the 4th, right before the lunar eclipse and Scorpio full moon. So we'll be talking about that together. So that's going to be dope. So we've already scheduled that, and I'll put a little thing up to let you guys know. But May the 4th. So may the force be with you. We'll be breaking down the Scorpio full moon and this final eclipse in the Scorpio Taurus axis, which is, I don't know how it's treated you guys, but it's been interesting for me. So this should be like a fascinating energy.
Well, I think we have one more comment.
All right, that's good.
Hey there, bud said very new today. Gemini rising, Cancer moon, Taurus sun, birthday April 30th. I'll be 25. I'll be 25, North Hollywood born, Arizona raised.
Oh, say word. Okay, we're in Arizona. That's dope. So the sun in the 12th house, Taurus, Gemini rising, Cancer moon. You got some interesting energy. Okay, you should definitely hit me up for the birth chart. But that's yeah, you can make some moves with that. Okay, definitely make some moves with that. Whoa. What's that? That's just a
I
number?
don't know.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
just
it's a number.
pause it. Yeah, so, but we're getting ready to, get off here, get ready for the Knick game. And I think the Knicks might upset the Cavs in 6 or 7 games. I'm a sports head. I'm not just all like, astrology and spirituality. I'm still straight up MC, sports fan, real dude. All right? Don't ever get it twisted. My mother loves sports too, man. My mom and dad were big sports people. Giants, Knicks. I'm a Steelers fan, but my dad liked the Giants and the Packers and Raiders. But yeah. So, but yeah, I'm Mr. MSG. I grew up in the Garden. I used to yell at the players. I used to talk smack to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dr. J, Michael Jordan. Okay, I was up in there. A whole bunch of greats: Isaiah Thomas, Bob Lanier. My father, because my uncles were in the military, they were friends with a lot of Boston Celtics, so they knew JoJo White and Sam Jones. My dad knew Kareem. I met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He came to my house. My father knew him from Power Memorial High School in Harlem. And, my father, was friends with him. And so, Kareem been to the crib in NYC, you know what I'm saying? And, so just a little history, but yeah, I'm going to get ready to run. It's been fun just chit-chatting with you guys. Any last quick comments? But thank you for just helping me celebrate Mom and the Cusp of Power. You guys hit me up. I understand you guys more than you could ever imagine. And I've lived that life because I had a Cusp of Power raise me. And you guys are amazing. And, just remember to slow down. That Aries part, especially if you're born on the 18th or 19th, or even sometimes the 20th. You guys can be pretty assertive and aggressive. Pretty, you don't want to be aggressive like your boy Hitler, but, he's 420, but like it's a very interesting, energy. There was somebody else. Oh, Luther Vandross is on this cusp. Yeah, Luther. R.I.P. Luther. But, these are some people, and there is this intensity. Oh, and they're very fashionable. Cusp of Power people tend to be very fashion forward. My mom was a diva. She was Chanel and Gucci and Pucci and stylish and the jewelry. A lot of them, especially 01 degrees Taurus, will love jewelry. Crystals, diamonds, gold, all types of charms, just jewelry. My mother loved that stuff. So, all right, y'all. See if there's any last minute left in the comments.
What?
See if there's any last comments
Okay,
or
yeah,
stuff
there
for
are.
you.
Shirley said, "Have a good weekend," and then hey there, bud said, "Enjoy the day. Thanks again."
All right, you guys. So this is episode 129, The Cusp of Power. All my manpower for $4 an hour. RIP and happy birthday, Mom. I love you forever. Thank you guys for coming and just chatting with me, having a little fun. Go watch the game. Go watch the Knicks. Episode 129. Knowledge is love. Cusp of Power. Happy birthday, RIP, Mom. Peace. Later.
Bye.